Hi, I'm James Schillinglaw, and I'm here in Vienna once again, and I'm here with Sonia Wimmer, who's the owner of the Harmonie Vienna, and it's in a wonderfully quiet neighborhood. Really, I'd never been in this neighborhood before, and it really is a find. As you can see, we're by a roaring fire, and we're going to talk a little bit about this wonderful hotel and this whole area of Vienna on Insider Travel Report. Sonia, first of all, it's wonderful to meet you here, and you have a gorgeous hotel here. Tell us a little bit about where we are located in Vienna, because part of the thing is your neighborhood, right?
Yes. Hi, James. For the first, we are really happy to welcome you here in the Harmonie Vienna, a boutique hotel in the Serviten Quarter. Okay. And the Serviten Quarter has a French touch of living and is in the heart of Vienna.
And this also was an old Jewish quarter. I think you told me that Sigmund Freud used to live here, and there's a Sigmund Freud museum around here, right?
Yes, Sigmund Freud has his flat here. He lived here for decades, and he also worked in the flat. Yeah. And nowadays it's a museum.
No, so that's one thing you can do here, but we'll talk a little bit more about some of the wonderful things you do, because you are very involved in the art and culture of this city. Now, let's talk a little bit about the history of this hotel, because this is your family's hotel and you own it now. But you began it's sort of a neighborhood that was done by a very famous Austrian architect, I believe, right?
Yes, that's right. The Harmoniegasse is designed by the architect Otto Wagner. Okay. It's his first designed street. And
so the whole street was designed by him, including this property, right?
Yes, the whole street in the year of 1865.
Wow, that's great. Now, your family acquired it, and so now I remember you telling me when you were 10 years old, you were working on developing this hotel, right?
Yes, it was the first hotel bought by my family. It was in 1989, and I was standing in front of the building, and I had a vision, I had a dream that I once want to be a general manager or the owner of the hotel, the Harmonie Vienna.
So now you're the owner and sort of have to manage it as well, too. But so that's wonderful. And if you look at this hotel, the exterior has all these wonderful vines running up the exterior, which I think is absolutely gorgeous, right?
Yes, that was the idea of my father. And we are coming from a small town of Tyrol, from the mountains, and we had to have some green in the street to be happy and to make our neighbors and guests happy too. And
it does. It really makes the hotel stand out. But yet, as you can see, it's actually a very modern hotel inside. So let's talk about that. Talk about the decor of the hotel that you've created here, because it is sort of modern. The rooms are very efficient, very modern, as opposed to being an older style.
Yes, the rooms are very modern, but also the history is still alive here. At the end of the Harmoniegasse, there is still the facade of the Harmonie Theater, also built up by the plans of Otto Wagner. And here in the hotel, in former days, artists lived here in the rooms.
And you get your guests to go experience a lot of that art and culture, and we'll talk about that in a second. So let's talk about the accommodations. How many rooms do you have?
We have 66 elegant Viennese rooms.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about what's in them, because they're very comfortable, and the beds are comfortable. As I said, it really is perfect, and the internet works too, which is, even for me, is great. So tell us a little bit more about the rooms and what's in them.
Thank you very much. That sounds great, because you slept here last night. And we have 66 rooms, and we have the categories classic, comfort, and superior rooms, and we also have 3 Harmonie suites.
So you got a lot of choices here, and but they are very, very comfortable. And as I said, the lighting is great, and they also greet you in the morning. You put your card in, and the blinds go up and everything else. So that's good.
Also, the air condition is working very well.
Which is you can't say in a lot of places in Europe, because everybody goes very slow to put in air conditioning. But and also it is a very sustainable hotel, right?
Yes, sustainability and culture culture is really important to us, and we underline this strategy with our sustainability certification. We have the Eco label, we have the Austrian label for sustainability, and we have the official organic guarantee of Austria.
Yeah, you're showing me that, and we're talking about allergies. You've got that label. You really are a certified hotel in many respects. And then for food and beverage, and we just had a lovely little breakfast in your breakfast area, and we're actually down in a lounge area where you have tea. But talk about the food and beverage offerings that you have.
We have an organic breakfast also for vegan people and vegetarians, and we also have the ECOF certification of Europe, which underlines our high standard for allergy people and for vegan and vegetarian guests.
So if you have vegan and vegetarian guests, if you have, you can be very comfortable here because they're all certified and everything else. Now, the biggest thing I think that we should talk about, because this is something I didn't know when I walked in the hotel, is you are very involved with the art, culture, the music of Vienna, and you can actually get tickets for a lot of different things. Talk a little bit, and you even have a newsletter that it shows exactly what's going on. Sadly, I'm only here for one night, but I'm thinking, oh my God, I should have stayed another night, and we could have found a great Vienna performance, whether it's a play or some kind of orchestral or something like that. But talk a little bit about your involvement with the art and culture of Vienna.
Yes, due to the history of the building, we focus on art and culture in Vienna, and we have cooperation with leading institutions in Vienna. For instance, the State Opera, the State Ballet, the Burgtheater, the Volksoper, or the Kunsthistorisches Museum, and also the musical theaters with the Vereinigten Bühnen Wien. It's like the Reimann Theater or the Ronacher Theater. And we also work since a few years with the Biennale. It's a film festival in October and November.
Yeah, it's great. And so I said, so you would probably recommend for our travel advisors here who are booking the hotel to call ahead and find out what might be available to their clients that they could experience while they're staying here, right?
Yes, of course, and we book all the tickets. We do all the sustainability work and to book the service to book the tickets. We do all for our guests to have a wonderful stay here in Vienna.
And that's key. I mean, you come to Vienna obviously for the music, for the culture, to see the palaces around, to see. And this is an incredibly, really relaxing, comfortable, quiet neighborhood that is within walking distance. I just walk myself to the main, square, down to Stephanplatz and all that, which is I'm a lot more familiar with, to be honest with you. I've been here many times, but I've never been to this neighborhood. So you can discover a new neighborhood in Vienna that's close to the culture, art and culture of it, and really get a sense of really being in Vienna, which is what it's all about, right?
Yeah, that's all about. And we have the tram D close to the hotel, and the tram D goes all around the Ringstraße. So you can walk to the center in just 10 or 15 minutes, or you take the tram, or also the underground is close.
In fact, the guy who checked me in yesterday gave me the whole map of doing the underground, which I've done before, but I'm still a little rusty on it and trying to remember. So you can take it all the way into town, and there's so many different parts of Vienna to explore. As I'm finding a lot of different neighborhoods, and this is definitely one. Now, talk a little bit about the overall ambiance, the feeling you get from the hotel, or what you want people to experience while they're here.
We care for our people. We really care, and if you want to see how it is to be here as a guest, just have a look at TripAdvisor, and there you can see our ranking and how happy people are here.
But you really want them to leave experiencing some of the bit of the culture of Vienna and really understanding it, and be in a comfortable setting, quiet, have a nice tea in the afternoon, and then go out exploring. But for you, it's all about experiencing this wonderful city, right?
Of course, we want people to have a good time here and to see authentic Vienna outside the beaten tracks, and to have secret tips for our guests to really enjoy the stay here in Vienna.
And of course, you are Best Western Premier, which is one of the ways that our travel advisors would come and book with you. But talk a little bit about that if you want.
Yes, we are a Best Western Premier hotel, and we offer all the standards which come with it.
Yeah, so you can book through that. Now, is there anything else you want to tell our 112,000 travel advisors, many of whom want to book Vienna and want to give their clients a real Viennese experience?
Yes, I would be really happy to welcome you and your guests, especially here at the Harmonie in Vienna, and we really care for our guests.
And you can spend a little time in the fire here and have a tea and then go out exploring Vienna. And don't forget to talk to the front desk about one of the events you can go and book and experience, whether it's music, whether it's theater, whether it's a museum. I mean, you were just telling me about a small museum, which as I'm a film buff, and I've always associated Vienna with the Third Man. And you said there's a Third Man museum, right?
Yes, that's the Third Man Museum. It's really famous. It's a small one, and you really, really have to go there.
Well, this is another reason to come back to Vienna. Last night I did get to a performance at the Belvedere Palace, and I believe at some point maybe you'll have a relationship with them too, we hope. But that was marvelous, but there's a lot of different things to see and do. Now, where can travel advisors go to find out more about the hotel, your website, things like that?
Yes, we have a website. It's www.harmonie-vienna.at, and there you can check all the information. And please contact me, write me an email, just give me a call. We will help you with further information.
And you also know all about this art and culture. I think you actually write the newsletter, I think, which tells you every day. It's on in your breakfast to say what's going on in Vienna. But really call ahead and see if you're going to be here for a few days, and the hotel can set you up with a lot of different things. Sonia, I want to thank you for taking the time. Thank you for a wonderful stay. I definitely want to come back and experience Vienna through your eyes and with your connections, and I think that's going to be great. Again, thanks so much.
Thank you, James, for coming to the Hotel Harmonie and to introduce us to the US market. Thank you so much.
I'm James Schellinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.